Hello, welcome to a very special video. Today I am going to be talking with you. We're gonna have a chat, and today I am bringing some news that I think is time to bring it to the table. I think it's time for me to speak about it and to give a formal announcement. Necessary, and it's important for me to release all that I am feeling in the best way possible through this video to be able to move forward. I want to formally explain why I left Kenya, what led me to it, and why I didn't give any explanations about my movement. Today, I want to publicly announce that Marwa and I are separated.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very emotional story that many people have been waiting to understand. For a long time, fans have been asking one question. What really happened between Rocio Cabrera and Marwa? Today, the truth is finally out. In a heartfelt and emotional message, Rocio Cabrera publicly confirmed that she and Frederick Marwa are no longer together. The announcement shocked many fans who followed their journey as a couple online. But according to Rocio, the decision did not happen overnight. Rocio explained that when she left Kenya, she chose to remain silent on social media. She didn't want drama. She didn't want public arguments. Instead, she needed time to process everything privately and find peace within herself. Only now, after months of reflection, she felt ready to share her truth. Despite the breakup, Rocio expressed gratitude for one very important thing. Their son, Maisha. She described him as the biggest blessing that came from their relationship.
I totally felt left alone. I felt abandoned by my partner, and that is something that I'm still healing till today. So, of course, my postpartum was very, very difficult, and I never really talked deeply about it. Motherhood has created a version of me that is very understanding, And I don't judge those moments anymore. And I really like it. I feel like I don't push myself so hard anymore, and I allow things to be the way they have to be, because after giving birth alone, I'm the strongest in the world, Of course, I had my mom there, which it was very, very important to me that I have. If I wasn't a mother today, I wouldn't have discovered the highest level of power within me, I feel like now I have more energy to make my dreams come true. I feel like now I thrive even better. I feel now I'm healthier. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable because I am a mother. The journey of motherhood has been a lesson to remember my power, to come back to my power, to come back to my center, to notice that I can, to realize that I can do it. Anything, basically.
No matter what happened between the two adults, she says Maisha will always connect them forever. According to Rocio, the relationship was not something she walked away from easily. She says it took many months of trying, forgiving, and giving second chances before she finally decided to leave. She explained that many women will understand this feeling. A woman rarely leaves a relationship suddenly. Before leaving, she often spends a long time trying to explain her needs, trying to fix problems, and hoping things will improve. But sometimes, those efforts are misunderstood. Rocio said that when women express their frustrations, they are often labeled with harsh words. Words like, "You complain too much," "You're never satisfied," "You're ungrateful." And over time, those misunderstandings can slowly break a relationship apart. Their love story actually started in a very unusual way. Rocio was traveling around the world when she met Marwa. At the time, she says she was praying to meet the man who would become her husband and the father of her future children. But life had been unpredictable. She was used to meeting travelers, saying hello, and then saying goodbye. Relationships rarely lasted long in that environment. Then Marwa appeared. He encouraged her to take a huge leap of faith. He told her to come to Africa and start a life together. For Rocio, it was a risky decision. They had only known each other for a very short time. Yet she decided to trust him. She left everything behind and moved to Kenya. She admitted that she barely knew anything about Marwa's online reputation at the time. In fact, she didn't even follow him on social media. When she later researched his videos online, some things made her uncertain. But she didn't want the internet to define who he really was as a person. So she decided to trust her instincts. Moving to Kenya was a huge life change for Rocio. She left behind her familiar environment and moved to a completely different culture. The place where she settled felt quiet and isolated compared to the lifestyle she was used to. Sometimes, she said, it felt lonely. Then things moved very quickly. Rocio became pregnant sooner than she expected. But she says she has no regrets about that moment. Because their son Maisha became the greatest gift in her life. When she looks back at everything that happened, she believes that perhaps all those events led to one purpose, Maisha being born. However, cultural differences also started to become more visible. Rocio described her culture as very affectionate and expressive. But she felt that Marwa's culture was much less emotionally expressive. This difference created misunderstandings between them. While she needed romance and emotional connection, she sometimes felt those things were missing. Despite these challenges, Rocio says she continued trying to make the relationship work. For 2 years, she stayed committed. She reminded herself that love requires effort and patience, especially when a child is involved. But eventually, the emotional distance between them became too much. Another issue she mentioned was trust. She claimed that during the relationship she discovered situations where Marwa was still meeting other women. Although he denied it at first, Rocio says the truth eventually came out. And for her, that broke something inside the relationship. Over time, the relationship reached a breaking point. After many attempts to fix things, Rocio finally decided she needed a change. Leaving Kenya became the only way for her to find peace and rebuild her life. Even though the relationship ended, Rocio emphasized that she does not regret taking the risk. Moving across the world, falling in love, and building a family were all part of her journey. And the biggest blessing from that journey will always be her son. As for Marwa, he has not fully shared his side of the story publicly yet. But many fans are still hoping both of them will eventually find peace and happiness moving forward. Relationships are complicated. Especially when different cultures, lifestyles, then public attention are involved. But one thing remains certain. Both Rocio and Marwa will forever be connected through their child. What do you think about this story? Do you believe cultural differences played a major role in the breakup? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories and updates.